This is about when I brought up BPD for the first time with my ex who had borderline personality disorder. Now, I did not just come out and say, I think you have borderline personality disorder. I actually think that that's a bad thing to do in any situation. I wanted to hear her say it first. So I hinted to her on getting back with her the third time around. I said, I think I know what's going on with you, and I want you to guess what you think I might say. And so I actually got her to say it first, and she was able to guess it within 3 guesses. And at first she seemed kind of open to it, didn't really know much about it, and then did her own research shortly after and told me that it seemed to line up pretty well. But soon after, and many will attest to this, in general, it's not a good idea to even propose this type of thing, because it will most often not go well and not be met positively. So after that initial kind of positivity, she soon banned me from ever bringing it up. And as a matter of fact, she was seeing a therapist at the time. And a matter of fact, she's had several therapists. And she told me that, well, none of my current therapist and my previous therapists, they've never labeled me with borderline personality disorder, BPD, and that they would certainly know more than me because of their degrees. And I'm gonna say that might not be the case. See, psychology is a very soft and subjective science. As a matter of fact, the friend psychologist that I know, even he says he doesn't use the term borderline personality disorder, even if he sees all the traits in his practice. And that's mainly due to the fact that this person had a problem that homosexuality was in the DSM at one point. And so why believe anything in the DSM? And I say, well, the DSM has been kind of modified and refined over the years, and that's like throwing the baby out with the bathwater, right? So, at least, here in California where I live, I do believe that like psychologists just kind of can go off and give any types of meaning, or ignore things or not label things any way they want. And once again, it's because, in my opinion, psychology is a soft science. As a matter of fact, Sam Vaknin even calls it pseudoscience. I say there are things learned all the time in psychology that are important and interesting, and but at the minimum, it's a soft and subjective science. And really, here's the problem: if you don't name it, even though all of the signs are there, I mean, you're not going to propose DBT and CBT therapy to your patients who likely have borderline, and that's kind of not the way it's supposed to be, or how it should be. My ex with borderline, she basically was going to a therapist and talking about her life, which I'm sure was helpful in some ways, but you have to be in those like modalities that kind of fix things. I think neurotypical people and average people who maybe go through life crises, they need to see a psychologist, because they need somebody to talk to and to just walk themselves through it. And that's basically what my ex was doing with her therapist. She was in standard like psychotherapy and psychoanalysis, and that's just not gonna cut it.